welcome to my name's Marge. I'm a Hilk Empath, and I just like doing these little talks on the way I feel about things, and I'm gonna pay attention on the playback. Mom's watching Frasier in there. Sounds good, feels nice to hear her laugh. She's laughing. We grew up watching this when it was on TV the first time around, so it always brings back memories. Everything brings back memories these days, but so I'll play back if it's not too loud in the background. I'll go ahead and upload it. If not, then maybe it ain't meant to be. So, hope you all are faring pretty well. I got a freaking gnarly headache. I feel like an ass sandwich, honestly, y'all. I went outside for about 20 minutes, hour, or a half hour, 20 minutes, 20 minutes this evening, about 5 o'clock. That's when it hit, you know. Freaking energies are crazy. And I just have been bombarded all day long, you know, and I was going to go take a shower, and I'm just like, nah, I'm going to go ahead and pass on that today, because I feel like I'm going to throw up, right? That's what I felt like, and I'm like, what the hell is going on in the world, because this is like extra, this is like collective stuff, right? And I've talked about shadow work earlier, and I did manage to meditate for about an hour and 20 minutes, so that was cool. I got some freaking, you know, all the astrology is saying it, we're gonna keep leveling up, you know, the up-levelers are gonna level up, and the freaking mediocre are gonna spin out and just be like, I give up, sell out to the ego, whatever, more of the same. But, so after I went outside, I felt a little better, you know, hung out with the cat a little bit, and, it didn't help not getting much sleep last night either. That didn't help nothing at all. But our spirits are pretty high though. Just feel worn out, you know. And then I get online and I see what's going on in the collective, and I'm like, oh, I get it. There's a lot of people that are scared because people are revealing truths and things are coming to the surface. People are nervous, you know. I've been in trouble before. I've done things wrong. I've had the freaking my sick stomach, so I kind of understand why I was nauseous earlier, because today is the first day of that freaking impeachment trial or whatever. I barely track mainstream stuff. I just dip in and like every now and again to see what's going on, because I'm so sensitive. I pick up on the collective energy. So, but anyway. I did make some notes earlier to piggyback on that talk that I heard from it was real good about, because the astrology is making people step into their shadow, you know. They're stepping into their shadow, and some people are resolving it and they're getting help, you know. They're like, hey man, this ain't right, and I ain't acting right, and I'm not thinking right, and I could harm somebody, or, you know, people are standing into their truth and doing what's right for the whole, the collective, you know. They're doing it. And, you know, sometimes people, their psyche, they break, you know. Sometimes they need help putting it back together, and there ain't no shame in that, you know. There is no stigma in that, of getting a rest, of just dropping out of society, falling apart, collecting your pieces, and putting them together with that gold, you know, like the Japanese teacup story. Anyway, what's happening is, the way I see it, I'm going to try and put it in pictures with my words. So we're all, and this part of it is a big contribution I attribute the talk earlier I did with, this is part 2 of that. I just can't remember her name. I ain't going to go try and look for it. I'll put the link in the description of the talk I'm talking about, though. That's fair enough. Full circle at birth. You know, everything's a circle, a cycle. And we start with, like, the wholeness of us, of our whole entire spirit, the essence of us. And then as, you know, then when you grow up and people say things to you like, don't do this and be less of you in this way and don't do that, and, you know, tone it down, and are you a boy or a girl, and all this just, you know, just making you feel bad about yourself, you know. That's your esteem. You know, it takes your balance, and And then people start doing things early on to make themselves feel better, like eating, drinking. They want to escape their feelings of, fill in the gaps that have been created from the circle, from people taken from you. Just telling you to be less of you. You're just being you, right? So, I did make notes, and then this light's messing with my eyes too. Hilo lost his one. Oh, and this woman I thought it was really cool because she touched on so many things that, like, I don't know. She was right what I needed when I needed to hear it. She touched on, because some woman stood up and asked a question about, because the woman I'm speaking of who did a talk, she was a counselor for many years, and this woman stood up. She started talking about sexual abuse trauma when, for children, and I have experience in that, and she put it so eloquently. I'm definitely going to copy the link, share the link. And she said, it's an unfortunate initiation because it thrusts, and this is like verbatim. I'm going to loosely speak on her because she did such a good job. I don't want to even try and take anything away from that. She's like, it's like an unfortunate initiation, and it thrusts you into a reality of the darkness of the reality of what the world actually is, and it steals you of your childhood. And I managed to keep my childlike essence with me my whole entire time, is what I've managed to do. And that's what I want to help other people do, is to resolve their pains, because most of the time, counselors and stuff like that, some people get into counseling because they've had this happen to them, and they've dealt with their own traumas and issues. But a lot of these professionals, they're just curious about this stuff, but they haven't had a whole lot of, to my knowledge, the ones I've talked to haven't had a whole lot of personal experience with trauma and things like that, and sexual abuse themselves. So I don't know, I just leave myself open up, let people, if they need to share something with me, because my life is an open book here. Because I put my circle back together. I put it back together. I went the road. I found that, booze just takes my spirit, makes me freaking completely out of balance. And who knows, and I mean, I scare people when I drink. I don't want to scare people. I don't want to be that, and I don't think what I do is scary. I'm just speaking my truth. But to other people, that is terrifying. I don't even yell. I'm like, not even, it's weird because, like, I don't yell about it. I'm just like, whatever. Every emotion is in the eye of the beholder, so scared people look at everything as scary. I don't know. So, shadow side. Oh, but this woman also spoke on the other end of life, because I look at, like, vibrational distance and memory issues, cognitive issues, because I'm just seeing all that. I hate this freaking bullshit, dementia, Alzheimer's bullshit. I hate the terminology. I hate it. They're just memory fades, man. That's all they are. And it doesn't matter, because people are like, oh, kids are getting it, this, that, is it. We're never going to know 100%. Yeah, we got our idea, but we ain't ever going to know 100% what causes these. And the way I look at it, it's all energy. Data is saved in electricity, and our brains are run on electricity, and sometimes things freaking short out, and just like freaking trauma. When people have trauma, a lot of times people freaking rise out of their spirit, like your spirit will come out of your body to protect you, and it never really fully goes back in, because it just can't handle the vibration of terror that knows that it exists. And so people are constantly looking for peace in alcohol and food and sex and money and power and grossness and control and whatever their darkness draws them to. So until they fill it up with light. But this woman talked about how her father was older, and he had the A word, and his friends were uncomfortable to hang out with him because he would talk about sex all the time, and she said it so beautifully, and this is what I see it, because I think that people go full circle and they could just go back into the essence of who they are when they're younger. And she said that the way she sees it is he didn't turn into some kind of pervert or something like that. That he lost his mind, but he fell into his heart. And a lot of the stuff that he says is mostly it's just innocent. But because of his age, he doesn't see himself. He probably sees himself, you know, as a freaking teenager and stuff. So, you know, sometimes I feel like I'm still, I feel like I'm still 20, and other days like, nope, I feel like I'm 52 today. Nope. You know, but it was so eloquently put, is that she makes it easy to, oh, I could see that, you know, recognizing the good in every situation, you know, and I haven't done as good a job as I could have done. We could always do better, right? So, but everybody's dealing with it right now, you know, everybody's doing it, dealing with their shadow side, you know, you call it shadow side, breaking bad, you know, burning off steam, you know, but people hopefully are hopefully finding, if they're having really dark thoughts, really shadowy stuff, that they can recognize the difference between thought and action, and get some help, you know, because that's the thing, you can't hurt yourself for others. You can't. If freaking you're hearing, you know, people call it schizophrenia, people call it intuition, people call it whatever you want, you know, if you're, something's telling you to harm yourself or somebody else, that's a vibrational attachment to you that isn't for your highest good. I mean, clearly it's your medicine, and people, and there are things that can help you release those entities, and it's more and more common, you know. So there ain't no shame in asking for help. Ain't no shame. Nope, none at all. Rather people ask for help than freaking start attending funerals and thinking about all the, you know, experiences that you could have had but you didn't, can't now because they're freaking died, you know. Oh, I'm at 12 minutes. I'm getting a little long. So shadow stuff side, yeah, we all have them. Most ignore them. And then what happens when you ignore those impulses that you have? And some people don't have seedy impulses, you know. Some people like to break bad and, you know, get creative in the boudoir with their spouse and significant other, and that's about as freaky as it gets, right? That's cool. That's cool. You know, it's when people are taking people and doing, you know, weird stuff with people and all that stuff, you know, it don't matter who you are and what level of government and all that stuff. Wrong is wrong, and that's the stuff that needs to stop. So that's all the shadowy stuff coming out, and that's why my stomach was getting all tied up in knots, because there's all this truth coming out, and I know it. I remember what it likes to feel, and that's why I just try and keep my nose clean, you know, try and be respectful. When you're respectful, I don't know. That's the thing, is I've been respectful before and still ended up in handcuffs, so whatever. It's all a crapshoot, really. Who's in charge and how they feel that day. But I think that's about all I got. I'm gonna go be sure and put the link of that talk that I heard earlier. I hope you have a rad evening. Peace.